The NBA is set to begin on December 22, and these are the top storylines to watch out for. Let's begin. Number 1. Can the Lakers repeat? The Lakers had a magnificent run in the 2020 season, capping off with winning the NBA championship. Enter the postseason, and the Lakers have made moves, sending off veterans Rajon Rondo, Dwight Howard, Danny Green, JaVale McGee, and Avery Bradley via trades and free agency. Rajon Rondo has been a very steady point guard off the bench. His play enabled LeBron James to roam around and become a scorer rather than a facilitator. His veteran poise also proved a huge factor in the Lakers' deep run in the playoffs, setting up players for great scoring options and making timely baskets when the team needed it. By winning his second ring, he is also only the second player in NBA history to win titles with the Celtics in 2008 and the Lakers in 2020. He is now signed with the Atlanta Hawks and would be a great mentor to a budding superstar point guard in Trae Young. Dwight Howard has been a feel-good story for both his fans and Laker fans. In his first turnaround with the Lakers back in 2012, he was a potent two-way center. Unfortunately, run-ins with his former teammate Kobe Bryant, back and shoulder issues, and a lack of commitment to the offense paved the way for Howard to pack his bags and leave for Houston. Fast forward to 2019, Lakers center DeMarcus Cousins suffered a knee injury and was out for the season. The Lakers looked into the free agency market and got Howard's services at the veteran's minimum budget. Some experts thought it was a steal for LA. Some thought it was a gamble, since Howard's reputation in the locker room was well documented. Nevertheless, Dwight Howard cleaned up on his act, and the result was his first championship. He is now the backup to another superstar in Joel Embiid for the Philadelphia 76ers. JaVale McGee played steady minutes as the center for the Lakers. This gave Anthony Davis more room to operate at the 4 spot. He is also a terrific rim protector with his excellent timing, high leaping ability, and long arms. He is now with the Cleveland Cavaliers. Avery Bradley was known as a defensive specialist during his stint with Boston, where he spent most of his career. He also has a decent mid-range and three-point shot, being the beneficiary of drive and kick plays with LeBron James at the point. His ability to shut down the opposing team's best guard was missed when he opted out of the bubble last season, and he also missed playing with the team. In an interview, he said, "It was really hard for me. It was really hard. It was just tough watching every single game. I watched every game. I was talking to the GM, Rob Pelinka, before every game, and we would analyze the game together and talk about the game after the game sometimes. It was tough. The championship game, my hands were sweating. I wanted to be out there because that's what you dream of and play this game for, to be able to compete for a championship. But I wasn't able to be there. My team won, and I was happy for them." Currently, he is now signed with the Miami Heat and will provide toughness at the guard spot with the young guards of the Heat, Tyler Hero and Duncan Robinson. Danny Green is a 3-and-D specialist and boasts 2 rings to his name from the San Antonio Spurs and the Toronto Raptors. His ability to space the floor with his long-range acumen is a dream for most teams, and although his performance dipped in his lone season with the Lakers, it was enough for him to capture his 3rd ring. He is now signed with the Philadelphia 76ers and is a great boost in the outside scoring for them. The Lakers released some veterans but added a nice mix of young and old vets with the addition of Dennis Schroeder from Oklahoma City, Montrezl Harrell from the LA Clippers, Wesley Matthews from the Milwaukee Bucks, and Marc Gasol from the Toronto Raptors. With the departure of Rajon Rondo to Atlanta, the Lakers were needing another facilitator to run the offense. They got Dennis Schroeder via trade from the Oklahoma City Thunder. Schroeder is a speedy point guard who can run the offense and create his own shots. His 1-year experience playing with Chris Paul in Oklahoma City will be tested this season. His role in the team is unclear though, as he wanted to be a starter this season. In an interview, he said, "I did this off the bench stuff already in 2 years with OKC. I think I tried to move forward, and I think with Anthony Davis and LeBron, I can be helpful as a starter in the point guard position. This will be a challenge to the coaching staff since the resident point guard of the Lakers is none other than LeBron James. We will see this story develop moving forward." Montrezl Harrell, the reigning sixth man of the year, was a surprising addition to the Lakers. Often seen as an undersized frontline player, he is an energy player and a spark plug for the team with big-time hustle plays and steady defense. He is also a good pick-and-roll player, and with Dennis Schroeder on the point, it would be a luxury to have this lineup with Anthony Davis sitting on the bench. Getting Trez, as they call him, to the Lakers is not that hard since he is close to LeBron James owing to his partnership with Clutch Sports. It's also noted that Trez wasn't happy with the way his former teammates approached practice days and game time that led to his fallout with his former team, the LA Clippers. Wesley Matthews, son of former NBA player and Lakers alum Wes Matthews, had a steady season off the bench for the Milwaukee Bucks. He is tasked to fill the void Avery Bradley left, the ability to knock down long-range shots and defend the best guys on the opposing team. He is undersized for his position at 6 feet and 4 inches, but he has a big frame and can use it to outbalance the best guard and or wing player of the opposing team. His goal is to capture an NBA championship with the Lakers, much like his father did in the 80s. Coming off his good stint with the Toronto Raptors, Marc Gasol is another welcome addition to the purple and gold, especially after losing centers Dwight Howard and JaVale McGee. Gasol brings toughness and veteran savvy in the center position, having extensive experience playing in the NBA and overseas. With Marc Gasol now in the Lakers, rumors are that the Lakers are looking into getting his brother, Pau Gasol, from free agency to let him retire as a Laker. This would be another feel-good story for Hollywood. Out with the old and in with the young is what I feel the Lakers have done this offseason. If they stay healthy and the team chemistry is still high, expect the Lakers to win it all once again. Number 2. Who wins the trade between the Houston Rockets and the Washington Wizards? I have previously made a video about the trade that happened a few days ago. Russell Westbrook of the Houston Rockets was traded to the Washington Wizards in exchange for John Wall, essentially an equal swap salary-wise. The video is located in the top right corner of your screens. Please do check it out. Much more to look forward to in this trade is John Wall. How would he fare playing with James Harden? How does his injury affect his style of play going forward? For now, as I have explained in full detail in my previous video, given the scenarios this offseason, my guess is that the Houston Rockets got the better of the deal, since John Wall is more amenable to defer to a superstar like James Harden, and Russell Westbrook, given his history of playing with superstars such as Kevin Durant and James Harden, has yet to prove that he can coexist with more ball-dominant players. Number 3. LaMelo Ball. Will he ball or will he be a bust? Once LaMelo Ball declared his intention of joining the 2021 NBA Draft, he was one of the most sought-after players. His draft stock rose when he took his talents to Australia in the National Basketball League, where he posted 17 points per game, 7.4 rebounds per game, and 6.8 assists per game. Although he has an extensive travel history, having played in Europe and Australia, scouts were a bit skeptical to take him in the draft, mainly because of his inexperience in the collegiate level, where most NBA players get to hone and sharpen their skills even for only one playing year. That did not deter the Charlotte Hornets and team owner Michael Jordan from doing so, as they took LaMelo Ball with the 3rd overall pick in the 2021 NBA Draft. Apparently, MJ is a fan of the mellow ball. As Mark Stein of the New York Times reported, some league insiders believe that the Hornets, at Jordan's behest, want ball at number 3 should Minnesota and Golden State select Anthony Edwards and James Wiseman with the top 2 picks. For me, LaMelo Ball is a solid pick given the depth of the draft roster. I don't think the lack of college ball experience will be a factor, and his travel experience is surely a big plus, given the NBA schedule being mostly on the road. The real question is, when is MJ and LeVar playing one-on-one?
You like to see that happen, and how would that turn out?
Like I said, I don't think it's gonna happen, and then I think we know how it would turn out, to be honest. So,
Number 4. Can Kyrie and KD coexist? In 2019, the Brooklyn Nets signed Kyrie Irving, a flashy point guard with a dazzling array of dribbling moves and incredible shots with either hands. His stint in the Nets in the 2019 season was cut short due to a shoulder injury, and he hasn't played since then. After his 2019 finals run and Achilles injury playing for the Golden State Warriors, Kevin Durant signed with the Brooklyn Nets and was expected to bring his scoring talents and excitement to the Nets franchise. Unfortunately, he decided not to play for the entirety of the 2019-2020 season owing to recuperation of his injury. The pairing of Kyrie and KD posts very intriguing scenarios for both players. First, KD has already played with the best guards in this generation, in Russell Westbrook with Oklahoma City and Stephen Curry in his run with the Golden State Warriors. The difference lies in usage rate. Russell Westbrook is a more ball-dominant guard than Curry, with Curry reportedly admitting that KD needs to take more shots in the offense. Meanwhile, Kyrie is more of a Russell Westbrook ball-dominant guard where he likes to take his man off the dribble and set up either a drive to the basket or a kick out to an outside shooter. In this partnership, are we seeing the Kevin Durant-Russell Westbrook combo of Oklahoma City revive? Let me know in the comments section what you think about this KD and Kyrie duo. Number 5. Have we seen the peak of Luka Doncic? The last time we saw a dominant player to come out of Europe was in 2015 when the Milwaukee Bucks drafted Giannis Antetokounmpo with the 15th pick. And since then, he has been a force to reckon with every single year. Enter Slovenian Luka Doncic, drafted by the Atlanta Hawks and subsequently traded to the Dallas Mavericks at draft day for the rights to Trae Young. In his first season with Dallas, Luka Doncic was highly touted and was picked by many to become Rookie of the Year, which he won, and he landed the spot at the All-NBA Rookie team. In his second season, he posted career highs in almost every statistical category, and he powered the Dallas Mavericks to the playoffs, where they met the LA Clippers, and in his playoff debut, he scored 42 points, which is an NBA record for most points in a playoff debut. But he's not done. His most magical performance, though, was in Game 4, where he torched the Clippers for 43 points and this.
Back to Doncic. Doncic pulls up, three-pointer. Bang! Bang! It's good! Doncic wins the game at the buzzer!
In a span of only 2 seasons, Luka Doncic has broken NBA, season, playoff, and team records, and his superstar status is surely on the rise. Barring injuries, the question is this the peak? Is this the prime Luka Doncic, or are we in for more? The future is bright for the Slovenian. Number 6. Is Tom Brady a perfect fit for the Toronto Raptors this season? The Toronto Raptors are relocating to Tampa Bay, Florida for the NBA season, as the Canadian government requires travelers to undergo a 14-day quarantine period, which will not work out with the NBA schedule. They are now called the Tampa Bay Raptors, as seen in this logo they are using for training camp. Now that the Raptors are in Tampa Bay, the question is Tom Brady a fit for them? Oops, Seriously speaking, it would be interesting to see how the Toronto Raptors or the Tampa Bay Raptors will fare in the hot Tampa weather and the new atmosphere. Nevertheless, it's a refreshing sight to see the Raptors playing the South with fans now calling "We the South." And there you have it, the top storylines in the upcoming NBA season. So, which storyline are you looking forward to? Let us know in the comment section what you think. And as always, if you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to click the subscribe button below and also the bell notification so that you will be updated with our next videos. This is Bee46. Keep ballin', baby!